Hey guys, welcome to HRG Zone YouTube channel. And today I am gonna show you the top 10 best low-spec PC games for 2023. So sit back and relax. Starting off number 10. James Bond 007, Bloodstone is a third-person shooter video game developed by Bizarre Creations and published by Activision. Bloodstone has a focus-aim system that lets you accurately shoot enemy, which is unlocked by taking an enemy with melee combat. Driving sequences also appear in the game. There is a multiplayer mode consisting of up to 16 players that will pit spies versus mercenaries. Alongside team deathmatch and other standard game modes, there are massive objective-based battles where players have to work as a team to attack or defend various spy-themed goals. The player pilots several vehicle types throughout the course of the game. Game release date is November 2010. Number 9 is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier is a third-person tactical shooter video game developed and published by Ubisoft. Pulling the left trigger causes the over-the-shoulder view to zoom in, allowing for more precise aiming. Clicking on the right analog stick causes the game to switch to a first-person camera, which lets the player look down the iron sights. Some cover can be partially destroyed, forcing players to seek other hiding spots. While taking cover, players can be suppressed by machine gun fire, which takes the effect of narrowing and shaking the player's field of vision, making it harder to return fire. Game release date is June 26, 2012. Number 8 is Remember Me is an action-adventure video game developed by Dontnod Entertainment and published by Capcom. Remember Me features platforming, exploration, and melee combat. The game is played as Neeline from a third-person view and introduces the mechanic of memory remixing, entering and rearranging a target's memories to manipulate them. Players accomplish this by replaying a memory and modifying details to change the target's recollection of the outcome. Another key mechanic of the gameplay is stealing memories from certain targets and using points called remembranes to replay the memory in real time. This is often needed to proceed through the game or avoid hazards otherwise hidden from the player. When the player is low on health, the screen will glitch until a sufficient amount of health is regained. Game release date is June 2013. Number 7 is Prototype 2 is an action-adventure video game developed by Radical Entertainment and published by Activision. Set in an open world based on modern-day Manhattan. Like Alex Mercer in the first game, the player character, James Heller, can shape-shift and assume other people's identities and memories by consuming them, although in the sequel this has become more tactical. Due to Blackwatch's actions in the Yellow Zone, if the player assumes the role of a soldier, people will react to him in a way that shows that they want nothing to do with him. To make sure that enemies do not overwhelm the player, a dodging system and new, more realistic AI were introduced. Heller is able to use weapons in the game, such as ripping the Gatling cannon off a tank and using it against enemies. Game release date is July 24, 2012. Number 6 is Need for Speed Most Wanted is an open-world racing game developed by Criterion Games and published by Electronic Arts. Set in an open-world environment. The game takes on the gameplay style of the first Most Wanted title in the Need for Speed franchise. The contrast difference is the 2012 Most Wanted does not contain a story. Most Wanted allows players to select one car and compete against other racers in 3 types of events: sprint races, which involves traveling from one point of the city to another, circuit races, each having 2 or 3 laps total, and speed runs, which involve traversing through a course in the highest average speed possible. There are also ambush races, where the player starts surrounded by cops and must evade their pursuit as quickly as possible. Game release date is October 30, 2012. Number 5 is Batman Arkham Origins is the next installment in the blockbuster Batman Arkham video game franchise. Developed by WB Games Montreal, the game features an expanded Gotham City and introduces an original prequel storyline set several years before the events of Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City, the first 2 critically acclaimed games of the franchise. taking place before the rise of Gotham City's most dangerous criminals. The game showcases a young and unrefined Batman as he faces a defining moment in his early career as a crime fighter that sets his path to becoming the Dark Knight. Game release date is October 25, 2013. Number 4 is DMC, Devil May Cry is an action-adventure game developed by Ninja Theory and published by Capcom. Players take on the role of Dante as he uses his powers and weaponry to fight against enemies and navigate the treacherous limbo. Like previous games in the series, Dante can perform combos by attacking with his sword, Rebellion, and shooting with his twin pistols, Ebony and Ivory. New to the series are modifiers to Dante's moveset, known as Angel Mode and Devil Mode, activated by holding down one of the trigger buttons. When in Angel Mode, Dante's sword attacks change to the Osiris, a speedy scythe-type weapon, whilst Devil Mode uses the slower but more powerful axe, Arbiter. Game release date is January 15, 2013. Number 3 is Deadfall Adventures is an action-adventure video game developed by the Farm 51 and published by Nordic Games. Deadfall Adventures is a first-person action-adventure video game that takes place before World War II. The protagonist, James Lee Quatermain, is a treasure hunter who fights Nazi soldiers and supernatural enemies through various environments like Egypt, the Arctic, and Mayan ruins. He has a compass that helps him find hidden treasures that improve his stats. He uses Alan Quatermain's notebook to solve puzzles and overcome traps, and a flashlight to travel in dark areas and fend off supernatural enemies like mummies. He can use various weapons like revolvers, shotguns and a knife for melee combat. Game release date is November 15, 2013. Number 2 is The Bureau, SCOM Declassified is a tactical third-person shooter video game. It was developed by 2K Marin and published by 2K. The player assumes control of Agent William Carter, a field agent who has to defend the U.S. from a hostile extraterrestrial force known as the Outsiders. The Bureau's headquarters serves as the game's hub space where Carter can interact with other people of interest. Using a dialogue tree, players can select different conversation options when talking to non-playable characters. Players also recruit agents in the headquarters and choose one of 4 different classes for them: Commando, Engineer, Recon, and Support. Each class has different abilities and weapons. For instance, the Commando class specializes in direct offensive abilities and rifles, while the Engineer class relies on landmines and automatic turrets. Game release date is August 20, 2013. And number 1 is Tomb Raider is an action-adventure game developed by Crystal Dynamics and published by Square Enix's European branch. Players take control of the series' lead character Lara Croft. The game uses an interconnected hub-and-spoke model that combines action-adventure, exploration, and survival elements. Players can traverse between the camps and across the island using footpaths, improvised or already available zip lines and climbable tracks. Many of Lara's moves are carried over from the previous games created by Crystal Dynamics, with some tweaks added, such as incorporating elements of stealth gameplay. Quick-time events are scattered at regular intervals throughout the game, often appearing at crucial or fast-moving points in the game's plot, such as extracting a shard of metal and escaping a collapsing cave. Game release date is March 5, 2013. So that's all, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, so please like this video and subscribe my channel and don't forget to notifications. So thanks again and see you soon on next video. And good, bye.